Warning, you might be killing your engine one drive at a time without even knowing it. From skipping simple maintenance to habits you think are totally harmless, these driving mistakes are quietly grinding your engine to death. In this video, we're revealing the dumbest driving habits that are destroying engines across the world. And trust us, the worst one is something almost everyone does. Let's break it down. Number 10, skipping regular car maintenance. Let's be honest, no one loves spending money on car maintenance. With gas prices climbing and everything else costing more, pushing it off seems harmless, right? Wrong. Skipping basic maintenance is one of the fastest ways to kill your car. That oil change you delayed, it's not just about clean oil, it's protecting your engine from grinding itself to death. Miss your fluid checks or tire rotations, you're slowly sabotaging your car's core systems. Take coolant, for example. It doesn't just prevent overheating, it protects your engine from internal rust and corrosion, but over time, coolant turns acidic. Yes, acidic, like battery acid eating your engine from the inside. Don't forget the transmission fluid. If it breaks down, you're looking at $2,000 repairs, or worse, a full replacement costing $7,000. And here's the kicker. Skip maintenance and your warranty, gone. You'll foot the bill for everything. And the damage doesn't stop there. Up next is a habit that feels totally harmless, but it's quietly wrecking your engine every single time you do it. Number 9, high revs and cold engine. Now picture this. It's a cold morning, you start your car and immediately rev the engine thinking you're helping it warm up faster. Sorry to break it to you, but you're actually doing serious damage to your engine. In fact, here's what's really happening inside your engine when it's cold and you start high revving. Your oil hasn't reached operating temperature yet and hasn't fully circulated to all those moving parts. When you rev a cold engine, you're forcing pistons, connecting rods, bearings, and valves to work hard before they have proper lubrication, basically making them grind against each other. You see, engine components are machined to incredibly precise tolerances, but when they're cold, metal contracts and creates looser fits between parts. There's literally more wiggle room, which means more wear when you rev aggressively. And that's not all. Cold engines also run on a rich fuel mixture, extra fuel to help with starting. When you rev excessively, this extra fuel can wash down cylinder walls, mixing with your oil and contaminating it. Number 8, driving with a dirty engine air filter. Imagine your engine like someone trying to run a marathon while breathing through a dirty, clogged up mask. That's literally what's happening under your hood right now if you've been ignoring this one simple thing. We're talking about a tiny $20 to $40 part that you probably forgot even exists. But here's the crazy part. This could be quietly draining your wallet at every gas station and damaging your engine. Most people have no idea when they last changed their air filter. The thing is, your engine is supposed to get a fresh air filter every 12,000 miles to 15,000 miles. A dirty filter blocks that airflow, so your engine's computer does something clever but expensive. It dumps extra fuel into the mix to compensate for the lack of air. This means the engine starts to burn fuel inefficiently, which means more trips to the gas station. But wait, it gets worse. All that excess fuel creates a rich running condition that produces black smoke and soot. This gunk fouls your spark plugs, causing misfires, rough idling, and even stalling. Over time, these deposits wear down cylinders, pistons, and rings, all of which are expensive stuff to replace. And if you drive a turbocharged car, you're in even more trouble. Turbo engines need unrestricted airflow to build boost pressure, and a clogged filter kills performance instantly. Up next is a habit so damaging it can lead to total engine failure. Yet many drivers brush it off as no big deal. Number 7, driving with low engine coolant or ignoring overheating. Do you know how important coolant really is? It absorbs all that heat your engine generates and sends it to the radiator to cool down. Without enough coolant, your engine temperature skyrockets, and that's where things get expensive fast. You see, first your cylinder head warps, breaking the seal with your engine block. Now you've got compression loss and misfires. Keep driving, you'll blow the head gasket, which lets coolant mix with your oil. That's basically a death sentence for your engine. But it gets worse. Extreme heat can actually crack your engine block. And when that happens, you're not looking at a repair. You need a complete engine replacement. We're talking thousands of dollars because the damage is literally irreversible. Your overheating engine also works harder to cool itself instead of producing power, killing your fuel economy. Plus, that heat can destroy your transmission fluid, adding even more repair bills. And here's something most people don't know. If it's really cold outside and your coolant is low, What's left can freeze and expand, cracking your engine block and potentially seizing your water pump. Unlike other habits that slowly damage your engine over time, overheating can total your engine in one drive. Therefore, keep an eye on that temperature gauge because it isn't a suggestion, it's a warning. Number 6, rapid acceleration and hard braking. It's understandable sometimes you need to floor it or slam the brakes in an emergency. But if you're driving like you're in Fast and Furious every day, your car is paying the price. Every time you slam the gas pedal, your engine is forced to deliver a sudden surge of power, putting intense, split-second stress on your pistons, rods, bearings, and valves. These parts are not designed for such abuse on a regular basis. Your transmission and drivetrain are also getting hammered every time you jackrabbit from a stoplight. And all that aggressive acceleration has to end with hard braking, which creates more damage. You're burning through brake pads and rotors at an accelerated rate, plus that sudden momentum shift stresses your suspension and transmission systems. The habits so far are downright bad, but we're not done yet. Soon we'll discuss the #1 engine-killing habit that even seasoned drivers make, and it's way more damaging than you think. Number 5, driving with low gas in the tank. You know that person who always drives with their gas light on, bragging about how far they can go on empty? Yeah, they're slowly killing an expensive part they probably don't even know exists. Here's what most people don't realize. Your fuel pump sits inside your gas tank, and it relies on the fuel around it for cooling and lubrication. When you constantly run your tank near empty, you're exposing that pump to higher temperatures without proper cooling. The result? Premature fuel pump failure. Now, replacing a fuel pump typically costs between $1,000 to $1,800. That's a lot of money to save a few trips to the gas station. In older cars with steel tanks, running low increases condensation inside the tank, which means water mixing with your fuel. This can cause corrosion and introduce rust particles into your fuel lines and injectors, messing with your engine performance. Even in newer cars, constantly running on fumes increases the chance your fuel pump will suck up sediment and debris that settles at the bottom of your tank. This junk can clog your fuel filters and injectors, causing misfires, stalling, and performance issues, which ultimately damage the engine. Number 4, not letting the engine warm up. First, let's bust a myth. You don't need to sit in your driveway for 10 minutes letting your car idle. That's actually wasteful and can cause carbon buildup. But jumping in your car and immediately driving aggressively, that's engine abuse. When your engine is cold, your oil is thick and hasn't circulated properly yet. Your engine components haven't expanded to their optimal operating tolerances. If you immediately start driving hard, such as high RPMs, quick acceleration, and heavy loads, you're forcing these parts to work without proper lubrication. The smart approach? Start your car and drive gently for the first few minutes. Keep your RPMs low, avoid heavy acceleration, and let your engine gradually reach operating temperature. Modern engines are designed to warm up while driving, not while idling. But the key word here is gently. Your oil pressure needs time to build, your coolant needs to circulate, and your engine components need to reach their proper thermal expansion. Give it just 2 to 3 minutes of gentle driving, and you'll save yourself thousands in premature engine wear and failure. Before we reveal the final 3, make sure to leave a like and share your thoughts on the worst habit we've mentioned so far. Number 3, ignoring warning lights. This is a very common habit even among the most experienced drivers. You see, modern cars have sophisticated computer systems monitoring hundreds of things constantly. When that check engine light comes on, your car has detected a specific problem and logged a trouble code. It's like getting a medical diagnosis. You wouldn't ignore chest pains, so why ignore your engine's cry for help? But this habit can get really expensive. A loose fuel cap or faulty oxygen sensor seems minor, right? Ignore that oxygen sensor, and it can kill your catalytic converter. That's over $1,000 right there. A loose exhaust clamp can create back pressure that damages your turbocharger or EGR system, adding thousands more to your repair bill. Moreover, a flashing check engine light means severe engine misfires are happening right now. Keep driving, and you're looking at internal engine damage that could require a complete rebuild or replacement. Also, some cars will even enter limp mode when you ignore warnings, basically limiting your power and speed to prevent total destruction. You'll burn more fuel and stress your engine even more. By the way, limp mode can be activated by the ECU due to a variety of factors, such as transmission errors or extremely low levels of oil or coolant. All you need to do is check under the hood once a week. Check oil, brake fluid, power steering fluid, engine coolant level, hoses, and drive belt. This will save you from so much trouble down the road. Number 2, ignoring strange noises or vibrations. Did you know your car communicates through sounds and vibrations long before its engine dies on you? Learning to listen could save you from catastrophic failures. For instance, engine knocking is one of the most serious sounds you can hear. This metallic tapping or rattling typically indicates worn rod bearings or main bearings. When these bearings fail completely, they can destroy your crankshaft, connecting rods, and engine block. This type of damage often requires a complete engine rebuild or replacement, costs that can exceed $5,000 to $8,000. Squealing noises usually point to belt-related issues. A worn serpentine belt might seem minor, but this single belt drives your alternator, power steering pump, water pump, and air conditioning compressor. When it fails, you lose multiple systems simultaneously. If your water pump stops working, engine overheating follows quickly. Vibrations tell their own story. Engine mount failure creates vibrations that you'll feel through the steering wheel and floorboard. These mounts don't just provide comfort, they protect your transmission, exhaust system, and engine from destructive movement. Failed mounts can crack exhaust pipes, damage transmission casings, and even stress engine components beyond their design limits. On the other hand, a grinding noise from your water pump means the impeller bearings are failing. Continue driving, and you'll face both pump replacement and potential overheating damage. Similarly, vibrations during acceleration often indicate CV joint wear, which can lead to complete joint failure and loss of power to your wheels. Number 1, delaying oil change. This is the big one. Research and automotive experts say that neglecting engine oil changes is a major factor in engine failure and damage. Too many drivers treat oil changes like optional maintenance, running their engines on degraded oil or dangerously low levels. But when you delay, it's worth understanding that engine oil serves 3 critical functions: lubrication, cooling, and cleaning. When you delay oil changes, that oil breaks down into acidic sludge that actually becomes abrasive. So instead of protecting your engine, it's grinding away at precision machine surfaces. Pistons, connecting rods, and bearings begin metal-to-metal contact as oil film breaks down. This friction generates excessive heat, temperatures that literally cook your engine components. Your oil pump struggles to circulate thickened sludge, and it starves critical areas of lubrication. Running low on oil is far worse. Your oil pickup tube can become exposed, allowing air into the system and causing complete lubrication failure. Bearings seize within minutes, connecting rods can snap, and your crankshaft can weld itself to bearing surfaces. By the way, modern engines with tighter tolerances are particularly vulnerable. What might have been recoverable damage in older engines now means complete engine replacement. A $50 to $70 oil change becomes an $8,000 engine rebuild when neglected too long. We hope you enjoyed this video. Tap the screen for more content like this. See you in the next one.